What if I told you that 5 years from today, your entire financial life could look completely different? Not slightly better, not a little more comfortable, completely different. Think about where you were 5 years ago. Did that time pass fast? Because the next 5 years will pass just as fast, whether you do something with them or not. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they massively underestimate what they can do in 5. The problem is, nobody teaches us this in school. Nobody sits us down and says, here is the actual roadmap. Here is what to do in what order, step by step. This is Wealth Flip, and exactly what I am going to do today. I am going to show you exactly how to build real wealth in 5 years, starting from absolutely zero. Let's get into it.
Year 1 is not about getting rich. Year 1 is about stopping the bleeding. And I say that because most people, when they decide to get serious about money, they immediately want to jump to investing, crypto, real estate. They want to skip the boring stuff. But that is like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. It will collapse. Most people start broke, not because they don't earn enough, but because they have zero system. Money comes in, money disappears. They don't know where it went. Sound familiar? So here is what year 1 actually looks like. Step 1, track every single dollar. For 30 days, write down everything you spend. Every subscription, every takeout order, every impulse purchase. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Most people are genuinely shocked when they do this for the first time. Step 2, cut your 3 biggest expenses: housing, food, transportation. These 3 alone eat 70% of most people's income. You don't need to cut everything, just these 3. Find one way to reduce each one. Move somewhere cheaper, cook at home more, use public transport twice a week. Small changes here create massive savings over a year. Step 3, build your starter emergency fund. Not $10,000, not even $5,000, just $1,000. Sitting in a separate account, untouched, only for real emergencies. This one small step completely changes your psychology around money. Suddenly you stop going into debt every time something unexpected happens. By the end of year 1, your only goal is this: spend less than you earn every single month, without exception. Everything else is built on top of this one habit.
Year 2 has one job, one single job: destroy your bad debt. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later, car payments you cannot afford. These are not just inconveniences. These are wealth killers. They are actively stealing from your future every single month. Let me give you a real number. A credit card at 24% interest, which is completely normal, means for every $1,000 you carry on that card, you are paying $240 a year, just for the privilege of owing money. That is not a fee. That is a punishment for not having a system. And here is the truth most people don't realize. You cannot out-invest high-interest debt. If your debt is costing you 24%, you need to earn more than 24% in the market just to break even. That does not happen consistently. So paying off debt is actually your best investment right now. Here is the method, the avalanche method. List all your debts. Pay the minimum on every single one. Then take every extra dollar and throw it at the highest interest debt first. Once that is gone, roll that payment into the next one. It builds like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and faster with every debt you knock out. Most people, if they get serious, cut lifestyle spending and throw everything at debt, can eliminate all bad debt in 12 to 18 months. And the moment that last payment is gone, that monthly amount that used to go to a bank or a credit card company, that money is now yours, every single month, forever. That is the real turning point.
Year 3 is where things finally start to feel exciting. No more bad debt. Emergency fund fully stocked at $10,000. Breathing room. And now, every extra dollar, instead of going to a bank, goes to work for you in the market. And I want to make this simple because people massively overcomplicate investing. First, your employer's 401k, especially if they offer a match. If your employer matches even 3% of your contributions, that is a 100% instant return on that money on day one. There is no investment anywhere on the planet that guarantees a 100% return immediately. Always contribute at least enough to get the full match. Not doing this is literally walking past free money on the floor. Second, open a Roth IRA. This is one of the most powerful tools available to regular people. Your money grows completely tax-free. When you retire and withdraw it, you pay zero taxes. Max it out at $7,000 a year. If you are under 50, this account should be your best friend. Third, open a regular brokerage account and put the rest into a simple S&P 500 index fund. That is it. You do not need to pick stocks. You do not need to watch charts every day. Just buy the index, set up automatic contributions, and then do not touch it. Let compounding do the work quietly in the background. By the end of year 3, you could realistically have $15,000 to $25,000 invested. That money is now working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you sleep.
Here is the truth that most personal finance people are afraid to say out loud. You cannot save your way to wealth. Period. Cutting expenses has a floor. You can only cut so much before you are miserable and your quality of life is destroyed. But increasing your income? There is no ceiling. None. Year 4 is the year you go on offense. Ask for a raise. Prepare for it seriously. Document your achievements. Show your value in numbers. Most people never ask, and the ones who do ask almost always get something. Even a 10% raise on an average salary is hundreds of extra dollars every single month. Learn a high-income skill. The market rewards specific skills: coding, digital marketing, sales, project management, video editing. Spend just 1 hour a day for 1 full year on one skill. You will be completely unrecognizable in the job market by the end of it. Start a side hustle. Freelancing, tutoring, content creation, consulting, reselling. Even $500 to $1,000 a month sounds small, but $500 a month invested at a 10% average return over 20 years becomes over $380,000 from just one small side hustle. This is the year most people plateau because cutting expenses feels hard and earning more feels uncertain and scary. Push through that feeling. The wealthy do not just save harder, they earn more, and then they invest the difference. By year 5, something has fundamentally shifted. You now have real assets, real net worth, something that actually took years of discipline and sacrifice to build. And that means you now have something worth protecting. This is the year you get serious about insurance. Term life insurance, especially if you have a family or people depending on your income. Disability insurance, because the number one cause of financial ruin is not bad investments. It is an unexpected illness or injury that wipes out your income completely. You cannot build wealth if one bad event can destroy everything you spent 5 years creating. This is also the year you lock in one rule: never lifestyle inflate more than 50% of any raise. When your income goes up by $1,000, enjoy $500 of it, but the other $500 goes straight into investments. Your lifestyle improves, but your wealth grows even faster. By the end of year 5, if you followed this plan consistently, imperfectly, but consistently, you could be sitting on $50,000 to $80,000 in real net worth. That is not $1 million, but here is what it is. It is the foundation that makes $1 million inevitable. The first $50,000 is the hardest part. After that, compounding starts doing most of the heavy lifting for you. The machine is now running on its own.
5 years sounds like a long time, but 5 years from today is coming. That date is arriving whether you start this plan or not.
The only variable is who you are when it gets here. The version of you that did nothing? Still stressed, still paycheck to paycheck, still wondering why nothing ever changes. Or the version of you that started, slowly, imperfectly, but started, and now has real options, financial breathing room, a foundation that cannot be taken away. Start year one today. Not Monday, not next month, not after the holidays. Today. One step. Track your spending this week. That is all. That is how it starts. Drop a comment below. Which year of this plan are you in right now? I read every single one. And if this gave you even one useful idea, share it with one person who needs to hear this. You might change their life. See you in the next one.